Hello, welcome to the Old Mill Kitchen. My name's Patrick McLaughlin. St. Patrick's Day is on its way and I would like to show you my version of our favourite national dish, Irish stew. So let's look at the ingredients now we're going to use for our ultimate Irish stew. What I have here is, I've got shallots, big and small. I'm going to slice them in half. I have sliced a carrot, which I have washed but I haven't peeled. I also have celery, and I've just sliced that at an angle to make it interesting in the pot. I also have here some potatoes with the skin on. I've washed them also. Just a bit more goodness going into the pot. My herbs are, I've got thyme, I've got flat leaf parsley, and I've got mint. And also what I have is chicken stock and some chopped garlic. And of course the star of the show is the lamb chops. These are shoulder lamb, but you can use mutton or you can use leg. Your local butcher will advise you and guide you. Now let's start cooking. So I'm just going to put vegetable oil in the hot pan here. We spray. And in with the shallots. You're going to cook them off. What I say about the shallots, they're very fiddly to peel. So what you can do is you can blanch them. And what I mean by blanching is that you just boil the kettle, pour hot water over the onions, leave them for 1 minute and then cool them down with cold water, drain them. And they're much easier to peel, to mix that job much easier. I'm going to put in a knob of butter as well, just for a wee bit of flavour. That's going to melt away there. Lovely. We're getting a wee bit of colour on here. This is all going to help the finished dish. A lot of people just put the raw onions into the Irish stew, but I like to saute these off because it definitely makes a difference. And then with a bit of garlic, tiny bit of garlic. Stir that around again. That's lovely. This will only take 30 seconds. And what I'm going to do then is when that's done, I'm just going to drain them into this colander and drain off the excess butter because the butter's done its job and I don't need it in the stew. So here we go. So I'm cleaning the pan that I done my shallots and garlic in. Use the same pan. Not everybody has a pile of pans in the house. So that goes on there, on the stove, and I'm going to spray some vegetable oil in there, not too much, and get my lovely lamb cutlets, which I've seasoned with salt and pepper, and we're just going to seal them off. I'm going to seal 3 off at a time because I don't want to overcook or crowd the pan, because they'll stew instead of frying, and frying is what we want to get colour on them. The colour means flavour. So I've got my meat sealed off and my shallots sautéed. So I'm going to layer up in layers now, and I'm going to show you that. But before I do that, I've got to wash my hands because I've just been handling raw meat, so I'm just going to wash my hands if you don't mind. So you've got to be careful when you're dealing with raw meat. So we just layer up the chops. I'll show you in a minute. There we are, 3 nice chops in there. Some shallots. Some celery. There's a whole lot of goodness in this pot anyway, that's for sure. Carrots. And we're going to layer up with potatoes. These sliced potatoes with the skins on. Plenty of fibre in the skins. There we go. I'll just show you the first layer. I'm going to be putting cutlets again and doing the same process. So if you see what I've done there, and we're just repeating the layer, but what I'm going to do just before I do that is to season the potatoes and veg. We just season each layer. The chops are seasoned already, but I just want to season the vegetables. And off we go again. The chops. the celery, the last of the celery, carrots. I've lovely cut on the carrots, that'll look well in the finished dish. And I've got my thyme here, but I've tied it onto a string so that I can fish it out without looking too much for it at the end of the cooking process. I'm going to finish off with some more shallots, and I'm going to finish off with potatoes, more potatoes. These potatoes during the cooking time will mostly break down and form part of the sauce, part of the thickening agent. Just season that again. Black pepper. And of course we'll be adjusting the seasoning at the end of the cooking process. And finally, we've added some of the chicken stock. Of course, you can use any stock you like. You can use lamb stock if you can get it. But this is what I use, it suits me. So we're going to bring that up to the boil now. Now this stew has really come up to the boil. It's bubbling like mad now, so I'm going to turn down the heat. And what I'm going to do is put on this cartouche, or greaseproof paper, parchment paper even. And that will seal in the heat better, so that I can use a very low heat underneath, and I can be sure that it's not going to burn or anything. So that's going to bubble away for about an hour and a half, and it'll give you time to do maybe puff pastry garnishes. I've cut this template of a shamrock out of a cornflake box. You can do it at home or use any box. And what I'm going to do now is roll out this shop-bought rolled pastry, which is very handy. And all I'm going to do is just place the shamrock on the puff pastry. And I wasn't very good at art at school, but I'll try anyway. And I just use this wee cutter. And there we have a little shamrock there. And we'll do two. But I think I'll use a knife for this one. This might make a better job. I think that's a better job than the cutter. Yes, that's a better job there. What I'm also going to do is egg wash these and put them into the oven, a preheated oven at 200 degrees. They'll take between 15 and 20 minutes. I'm just putting a bit of egg wash on now. They can come up nice and golden colour. And these make a lovely garnish for that special Paddy's Day stew. So into the oven she goes. And that's that. At the end of the cooking of 1.5 hours, that stew may need the consistency corrected. It may not, but it might. So what I do is I make a little roux in the microwave. It's a fast roux. What I've done here is I've melted some butter into a container, 100 grams, and I've added 100 grams of flour. I'm just going to mix that together. And this is really the fastest roux you're going to make, and it's pretty safe. It's better than doing it in a pot actually. And you can use it to thicken any sauce you want, a white sauce or whatever. So that just goes back into the microwave there for 2 minutes. 1.5 minutes even, and that roux will be ready. And there she is, an instant roux, very handy for any sauce, any stew, and I'll have that at the ready for my own Irish stew. It's an hour and a half now, so this stew should be ready. I think it is ready, you know. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my diced potatoes, because most of the other potatoes will be boiled into the stew. So I'm going to add them in, and that's going to add to the bulk as well. Go around, make it go further. I'm also going to add in some freshly leafed parsley. I'm going to get that in. And that's going to cook for another 10 minutes. And then what I'm going to do is finish off then, correct the consistency, check the seasoning, and finish off with a wee flurry of mint. My wee shamrocks have been in the oven now for 15-16 minutes. They are done anyway, so I checked in there a minute ago and they are done. So that's them there, and they'll make a lovely garnish for our Irish stew. Our stew now has been cooking for an hour and a half. And I'm just going to take out the wee bit of thyme. And I'm going to check finish off and check the consistency. That's going to need a wee bit of roux. Do that. This roux's cooked, so you don't have to really cook it out. A minute or so will do that. We'll cook that out there like that. I'm just going to let that cook for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to add in mint, and that will be the stew finished. That's a big pot of St. Patrick's Day stew. What you can do also is you can just take out a couple of the cutlets and just tear the meat off it, so they won't all have bones on them. And just let the meat back in and stir the whole lot, and you'll have chops and meat and so forth. So that's a choice you have. So this is my stew. I'm serving it up to my family. I hope you'll be proud to serve it up to your family. I'm just going to garnish it with a couple of the wee shamrocks that I have here. After all, it is a special day. I hope you have a nice St. Patrick's Day.